The 74th. Hearing Priest Ching Wen's heartfelt and sincere advice, the young man felt a bit embarrassed. He scratched the back of his head and said,
Well, I actually picked up this pilfering skill on the way to the Tainan Valley. It started out as just a bit of fun, so I practiced it without really thinking. Then I tried it out on all of you as a little test. My apologies. But since even this brother Han here could make me slip up, it means there'll be even more formidable characters at the tournament. So you can all rest easy. I'm not about to go throwing my life away on a whim.
Brother Wu, your talent is truly exceptional. To have reached the great perfection of the 8th layer at such a young age makes you a rare genius among us rogue cultivators. It's precisely because of that you should take extra good care of yourself.
I will not disappoint your high expectations, Elder. I hope you will all continue to look out for me in the future.
This Wu Juji was quite tactful. He offered a deep, sweeping bow to the crowd, effectively smoothing over the grudge with everyone. Though Hu Pinggu's face still held a trace of resentment, her expression had softened considerably. It seems she's grudgingly accepted the goodwill.
I never expected Brother Han to accomplish such a great feat so soon after arriving. I must offer my thanks.
What does this have to do with me? That was all thanks to your intervention, Taoist Master.
The Taoist shook his head with a faint smile and said no more. But then a muffled, buzzing voice sounded.
Priest, you called us all here. What's this about? Why isn't the monk participating?
It was the fair-skinned, plump man who spoke without a hint of courtesy. But this man did have the right to treat Priest Qingwen with such an attitude. Han Li had already noticed that among all those present, this fat man possessed the most powerful magic power, seemingly even a notch deeper than Priest Qingwen's.
It seems the world of immortal cultivation isn't so different from the mundane martial world. Only the strong command respect.
What you are, Cerise Warchuwen. Brother Huang, you're as impatient as ever. The Tainan Fair is already half over. We've only got about a dozen days left. Shouldn't we all start making our moves? If we're going to set up stalls, it's best we do it together. As for Master Kuseng, he's already traded away everything he brought, so there's no need for him to be part of this discussion.
In that case, we really should sell these things off, exchange them for spirit stones, and maybe buy some other stuff.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be better to sell them together?
Yeah, I think that's better too. Let's just sell together.
Then maybe we should just sell together tomorrow after all.
All right, tomorrow we'll pick out a better stall.
After a lively and chaotic discussion, the group all agreed to set up their stalls together the next day. Everyone, that is, except for Han Li.
Brother Han, you don't want to join us?
I didn't have much to begin with, and last night I happened to find a few suitable buyers, so I traded it all away. That's why I won't be joining you.
I see. Then you really don't need to suffer along with us. Brother Han, you really are lucky to have sold everything off so soon after arriving.
Han Li heard this, and, seeing the matter settled, Priest Qingwen stood up happily and took his leave.
Then let's all get a good night's rest. Tomorrow we'll be sharp and ready, and hopefully everyone will have a great haul.
Hearing this, the group stood up, ready to leave. Just then, as if remembering something, Priest Qingwen suddenly spoke up with a serious expression, addressing the group.
By the way, after the Tainan conference ends, don't be in a hurry to leave, Master. I've heard that after the last few Tainan gatherings, some rogue cultivators like us have gone missing without a trace. Everyone should be careful. I imagine none of you will miss the Ascension Assembly at the Tianwu platform. It would be much safer for us all to travel together.
At these words, the Blackwood brothers and Hu Pinggu and her husband visibly paled. Wu Juji and the Red Lotus Wanderer looked utterly bewildered. As for the fat man, Huang Shaotian, he gave a cold snort, though his expression also darkened.
We brothers agree with Taoist Qingwen. It's better to travel together.
My husband and I have no objections either.
What's this Heavenly Martial Platform Ascension Assembly?
Wu Juji suddenly voiced the very question that had been puzzling Han Li. Han Li had heard the name Ascension Immortal Conference mentioned several times now, starting with that kid, Wan Xiaoshen.
Is it also a trade fair like the Tainan Hui?
No way! You don't even know about the Ascension Assembly. It's the Yu Kingdom's once-in-a-decade event, the best chance for all young cultivators to join a major sect.
Brother Wu, you're so young. It's only natural you wouldn't know about the Ascension Assembly if you've been cultivating in seclusion elsewhere.
Oh? Tell me about it. Joining one of the 7 great sects? That's like ascending to heaven in a single step.
This is no time to talk about the Ascension Assembly. The disappearance of us rogue cultivators is what we should be discussing right now.
It's fine. It's good to explain it to Brother Wu. There might be others who aren't too clear on the Immortal Ascension Assembly either.
Priest Qingwen said with a smile, but Han Li felt the man's gaze drift toward him, if only for a moment.
Han Li's heart gave a jolt. Did that Taoist Qingwen see something?
Since Taoist Qingwen says so, I'll tell Brother Wu about it.
I know all about the Ascension Assembly. All right, I'm off to sleep now. We'll continue tomorrow.
Please don't take offense. Brother Huang's cultivation technique is rather unique. It makes him quite prone to sleepiness. He didn't mean any disrespect.
With an air of utter sincerity, Qingwen made this excuse for Huang Shaotian. Everyone in the room could only respond with a bitter smile. Mind? Who would dare? This is a fierce individual whose magic power surpasses even yours, Taoist. The atmosphere in the room had become a little awkward.
Brother Heimu, let's continue.
It was Wu Jiji who broke the stalemate, urging Heimu to continue.
Now, when you talk about the Ascension Assembly, you have to talk about the Foundation Establishment Pill. This is the pill that drives every Qi condensation cultivator to madness. For any Qi condensation cultivator who wants to reach the Foundation Establishment stage and become a true member of the cultivation world, besides cultivating their foundational technique to at least the 7th layer, they must also consume the Foundation Establishment Pill, a spiritual medicine only the great sects can refine. Only then can they hope to break through their bottleneck and succeed in establishing their foundation. Even among the great sects, Foundation Establishment Pills are incredibly scarce. The ingredients are just too hard to find. Even with all the cultivation sects of the Yu Kingdom pooling their resources and manpower, they can only hope to produce a few batches of pills every 10 years. A measly 1,000 or so pills in total. And even if the sects divide up every single one of those pills, it's still nowhere near enough to meet their own needs. So there's simply no way any Foundation Establishment pills are going to leak out to the outside world.
Then what does that have to do with the Ascension Assembly?
Don't be impatient. Let me explain it to you slowly. Besides the major sects, the entire Yue Kingdom's cultivation world has many cultivators who have trained their basic techniques to the 7th layer and beyond. These people are also in desperate need of Foundation Establishment pills to break through their bottlenecks. So on one hand, the Foundation Establishment pills are in critically short supply and they're all being hoarded by the major sects. On the other hand, the number of rogue cultivators needing Foundation Establishment pills kept growing, yet they couldn't find a single pill out in the world. This created a sharp conflict between the two sides, even leading those furious, low-level cultivators to harbor deep hatred for these sects. The major cultivation sects naturally noticed this troubling trend, but they were at a loss for a solution. After all, they didn't have enough Foundation Establishment pills for themselves. How could they possibly spare any for outsiders? But there's no problem in this world that can't be solved. In the end, this crisis was resolved by a genius from one of the sects.
How was it solved?
He came up with an idea. Whenever a batch of Foundation Establishment pills was ready, they'd recruit some exceptionally talented rogue cultivators from the outside world, bring them into the major sects, and then give them the pills.
That's a good idea.
This way, we keep the Foundation Establishment pills within the sect and placate the other low-level cultivators.
After all, what cultivator wouldn't be thrilled to join a major sect? And the major sects get to pick out the most talented disciples from the bunch. It's a win-win-win situation.
Exactly. But the selection method must be fair and strict, leaving no room for criticism.
So, these sects, they've chosen to use a tournament format. The most powerful contenders will fight for the right to join them. The 7 major sects have each put up 10 disciple slots and 10 foundation establishment pills as rewards for the final victors.
Of course, they impose an age limit. They won't accept anyone over 40 into their ranks. No matter how good their aptitude is, they simply have no future worth cultivating. And so the Ascension Assembly was born. And sure enough, those who emerged victorious from the arena were, for the most part, individuals with the deepest magic power and truly exceptional talent. This made the cultivation sects who got these top-tier disciples absolutely delighted, and the resentment from the other cultivators, it just vanished into thin air with this tournament. Their attention, you see, is completely focused on this once-in-a-decade chance to leap through the Dragon's Gate. And so the Ascension Assembly was held year after year. Each time, 70 lucky souls would become disciples of the 7 great sects. That fact alone drove the other cultivators into an absolute frenzy. In the end, nearly every faction's chi condensation cultivators who thought themselves strong enough would risk their lives trying to storm the arena a few times, hoping to get lucky and transform from a fish into a dragon. But these duels, they're not so easy to win. After all, we low-level cultivators can't just control our spells on a whim. There are always casualties, and it leaves a lot of deep-seated grudges between the challengers.
Himu spoke for nearly an hour. Wu Juji listened with rapt attention, and Han Li, standing to the side, gained even more, developing a deeper understanding of the world of cultivation.
If I succeed in the challenge, I could become a disciple of a major sect.
After hearing this, Wu Juji's face was filled with longing.